Figure Story is a brand new mobile game where you basically think Toy Story, but replace it with waifu and husbando anime figurines. It's super cute and the characters are incredibly detailed. Plenty of action is to be had in this anime figurine come to life game. What is up, dwellers of the interwebs? It's your host Sorasyn and this is Sorasyn Gaming. Welcome to my channel. As far as I can tell, Figure Story reminds me a lot of Toy Story or that other movie Small Soldiers. Your anime figurines come to life in the absence of any human presence and get into mischievous situations and even have battles within real life situations like the owner's cat, for example. There are plenty of figurines to collect, all with ridiculous amounts of detail on them. I personally really appreciate the attention to detail as I am an anime figurine collector myself and adore the ones with high levels of detail. Figure Story is a gacha hero collector game, so the combat is pretty standard for this style of game. You have your team of 5 on one side and the enemy on the other. But in Figure Story, you also have to position your team tactically for the best strategic attack formation. There are several combat modes in Figure Story. There are 2 tower combat modes. One of them requires you to complete certain tasks in order to 3-star the combat map, while the other is your standard tower dungeon climb, provides you with buffs for your team as you climb the tower until you either complete it or are stopped by enemies that are stronger than you. There's also PvP in the game. There are 2 modes within it, one for low-ranking players I assume, and the other for harder, high-ranked players I'm guessing. I could be wrong since I cannot experience that mode myself, but that's my assumption on that second mode. There's also 2 more modes that I haven't unlocked yet. I need to complete stage 5 and stage 9 of the main missions to unlock those. I found it weird though how some purple star figures had ultimate cinematic animations, yet some didn't. I wonder if they'll add them in the future, but I gotta say, the ultimate skill cinematics and animations are top tier. I love watching them every time. There is also a boss encounter stage as well. After you defeat the boss at one difficulty, it will upgrade to the next stage. You cannot go back and fight old bosses in their previous difficulties. You can only keep trying on the current difficulty until you are strong enough to defeat it. Figure Story has plenty of cutscenes and story. Sadly, I cannot understand any of it, but if this ever came to global, I would definitely be interested in the main story scenario. Apart from the combat in the game, there is also other things you can do too. You can actually pick up your figurines and have a closer look at them. You can build your own display shelf for your figurines and dust the shelves and maintain the figures too. The more you put towards the shelves, the more rewards you get for it. There's also cute little things like having some of the figures dance. Unfortunately, not all of them do dance. Yet again, I'm wondering if that's something they will fix in the future because it looks weird when only one of the top 3 start dancing, or even worse, none of them dance. I need more dancing figures, please. I have yet to find a reason for this game to be online as well, except for the PvP, but the PvP isn't even real-time combat, so your opponent isn't there when engaging in combat. Perhaps one of the last 2 modes I haven't unlocked are more multiplayer oriented. Unfortunately, I can't know at this moment. There is a gacha system in Figure Story. That is how you get your figures. There is one free-to-play banner and one premium banner. Now, I've played a lot of gacha games, and I was beginning to think I just had ridiculous luck in Figure Story. I have so many yellow star figures. That's the highest rank in the game for your figurines, yet usually I'm terribly unlucky in gacha games. I was wondering why, so I decided to check the drop rates, and there you go. Now we see why. The drop rates for yellow star figures are 4.22%. That is ridiculously high compared to other gacha games. I love it. Yes, keep being generous. Speaking of generous, Figure Story is also incredibly generous with their gacha diamonds for summoning too. Remember, you also need the gacha diamonds if you want to D-rank your figures to give the experience and the materials to figures that you want to level up instead. There is also a 20 times reroll times 10 summon after you complete a bunch of tasks. So don't expect it early in the game, but you can keep rolling 20 times, and once you're finished, you can pick the best times 10 summon out out of the 20 rolls, which is pretty generous if you ask me. I got my favorite waifu from the Rerolls and didn't have to shell out the cash for her from the promotional cash shop event, because I gotta tell you, it's pretty expensive in my currency. As with every mobile gacha game, auto combat is present. I tend to give a pass on autoplay in these types of games. It's not like an MMO where I believe you should be in control of your character over a gacha style game with zero exploration and no open world. Only thing I find ridiculously annoying was all the chatter moving across my screen. I honestly thought there was no way to remove it. It was driving me nuts, but I finally did figure it out. It's in the settings, and I'll include a screenshot right here of what to turn off, so if you decide to play, you know what to do. You just gotta untick all of these boxes right there. Figure Story has absolutely breathtaking graphics. The amount of detail that's gone into the design of the figures is absolutely stunning. And the texture maps on the figures aren't low resolution either. The attention to detail on the figures is just so beautiful. It really is a treat just to admire each one of them up close. I wish I could zoom in more and actually see the details close up. Even the environmental surroundings are beautiful and look large in scale. Since you're playing figurines, everything would seem larger. Of course, you would need a pretty powerful device to play on the max settings. And I'd advise a cooling fan if you're playing at the maximum settings with 60 frames on, because your device will get pretty hot. Thank goodness I have the Black Shark Fun Cooler Pro to keep my phone's temperatures down. Figure Story has some nice audio in the game. The background music isn't annoying and felt like it belonged. You can choose between Chinese or Japanese voices, which is a nice touch. I didn't feel like there was any annoying death sound effects like in Disgaea RPG, so my ears were happy for that. And the audio levels on the voices don't seem too overpowering like I experienced with Sin Tales. Audio in Figure Story is pretty well balanced, and I didn't seem to have anything to complain about. Overall, I feel that Figure Story is a beautifully stunning gacha game that doesn't try to break the mold on what is to be expected in a gacha game, but what it offers is a lot of eye candy with the graphics and visual cinematic attacks and the super detailed figurines to keep you just interested enough to keep playing. Also, that really high drop rate for Yellow Star figurines just cannot be dismissed. Having such a high chance to get awesome figures is just too good. So yes, while the game isn't anything new in terms of gameplay, it is definitely very pretty. Will that be enough to keep people playing? Maybe. The cinematics are done well, and I'm sure the story is entertaining enough if I knew what was going on. All in all, I'm really enjoying Figure Story. I hope it gets a chance to come to global. It seems that based on the comments I've seen, there is a demand, just like how there's a huge demand for Uma Musume to come to global too. But will it? All we can do is cross our fingers and hope. So that's what I think about Figure Story. Remember, this is just my first impression. If you feel you had a different experience and would like to share your experience with me, I'd be happy to read them in the comments below. If you'd like me to review any mobile game you're curious about, please also let me know what game you'd like to see me talk about in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Also, I noticed a lot of you who watch my videos aren't subscribed to me based on my recent analytics. If you do enjoy my content, please consider subscribing and smack that bell icon if you'd like to stay up to date on all my upcoming content. All my social links are in my description, so please follow me if you feel like it. Take care, be safe. This is Sorasyn Gaming, signing off.